We are at Dr. José Rizal Park. We got Andrea, we got Tim of We Heart Seattle. What's going on here, Andrea?
Well, neighbors have reported that mutual aid groups are coming in and handing out tents and food, pillows, mattresses, and what they're enabling here is an open air drug scene.
Yep.
You can see the foil, the lighters,
Right
the food. Nobody's really here. It's kind of a revolving door as we walk along the park here.
And that's a brand new tent. That like hasn't even seen any rain.
Open air drugs used everywhere. And this fentanyl foil are blowing through our parks like autumn leaves, literally.
Perfect.
You can see the autumn leaves here.
Yep.
And
Metal leaves.
we fenced off the park because they're doing a improvement, but it's really trying to keep people out of the bathrooms.
Okay.
I'm not saying that there's not a renovation going to happen, but maybe in our lifetime, they've been saying that they were going to fix that.
And isn't that one of the things of the new mayor, that she's going to do a whole bunch of public bathrooms that are just going to get destroyed?
This one's being renovated so that it's gender neutral.
Right.
$2 million renovation.
Oh, that's money well spent.
The way it was wasn't good enough. Separate stalls for men and women.
Ugh.
We're spending our money on.
Yeah.
So just like during COVID, the park pavilions are being taken over to be used as shelter.
Okay. And this is the park pavilion up here.
Yeah, this is
And this is the park that you and I did the interview on Steve Irwin.
That's right. Steve Irwin came down here.
Yeah.
He's the one that stole the excavator not once but twice.
Yeah.
He's been in and out of this park. We actually testified in court that it is far more compassionate and humane to keep him detained until he got the medical care he needs. We haven't seen him around, but he knows to stay out of this park anyway, or he'll get arrested. In fact, he has a restraining order for, I think, 10 years that says if he's found within 500 yards of the park, he'll get arrested.
Well, he did a lot of damage at this park. I mean, he destroyed this park.
Recently, I think it was sometime last year, the Dr. José Rizal, here's our red kit handed out by Public Health for harm reduction. The contradiction there being that it might reduce the spread of disease, but addiction's a disease, so aren't we enabling addiction by handing out those kits? Only to find the foil and needles and paraphernalia in our park.
Right.
So this is, I've never seen anything this bad since before COVID, or since COVID, in terms of no law enforcement. In fact, one of our friends at Seattle Police Department said that they have done a lot of arrests here for possession.
Okay.
And they're let right back out. So the police have been here, drug enforcement's been out here, but there's just no teeth to it. And our officers are getting demoralized because they're not really able to do their job. I mean, take a look at this view.
Yeah.
This is the primo park in Seattle.
Right. Yeah. It's such a shame. I mean, it's just wild.
And it's
T-Mobile.
The civil liberties of a few are taking away the civil liberties for most.
Right.
And this is a children's playground. There's families. This is low-income housing. There's a daycare around the corner with little toddlers that have to stay on that side of the street rather than cutting through where their playground is.
Right. Are we okay going through here? Should we just go past?
Yeah.
Tim, lead the way.
Well, one of us should stay in the back.
Okay.
You're going to have your hands free.
All right.
I don't trust you myself.
Yep. I don't either.
We're just doing a media hit on this because of the park renovation that's coming up, but you don't want to be on camera, just trying to look the other way. But this pavilion's been burnt, it's been vandalized. Morning, everybody. You got your foils, fires, open fires.
God, you are not kidding. Let's go up here and we'll turn around.
There's sex work happening up here. There's evidence of sex products, toys, tools, condoms.
God, look at this. This is like an 8-man tent. So this has just been completely taken over.
Got your foil right here down in your children's playground.
Right.
Which could have lethal residue.
That's nice.
As I was saying about the sexual activity, we know that there's sex workers here, and here near our children's playground is a used condom.
Perfect.
And here's your baby stroller, probably used to go to the food pantry and get diapers for their fake baby, and then they sell it down on 12th and Jackson.
Right.
So all these people that are like, oh, give them to the food pantry, give diapers, give formula, it's part of the drug market. It's a hustle.
Right.
I'm not saying those diapers don't end up on a baby's bottom, but they're dirty to begin with.
90% of the people were offered a resource, and 0 of them took one.
Wow. Nobody took it.
Nobody took a resource.
Nobody
this morning
took
from that suite.
What are normal odds for something like that?
At this point, slim to none.
Yeah.
It's, we've
Less than
reached the most
10% maybe?
service-resistant bunch of people.
Yep.
They want to do what they want to do.
Yep.
And they don't want to be a part of society. And,
Yep.
and we're in a pickle until we change the policy.
Right. Right.
So again, another tent has been set up just for the sole purpose of doing drugs.
Yep.
Welfare check. No one's here. Where is everybody? You've got your foil, your hygiene
And they just
kits.
leave it open.
Well, I mean, it's on public property. I was making sure there wasn't a dead body.
No,
as
I
you
mean
know.
they left it open,
Yeah.
or
We have to do welfare checks.
Yeah.
We have found grimly 12 bodies in this work because we do welfare check. Anybody
Right.
home? You okay?
you're still at 12 bodies, 12 dead bodies.
Yeah.
Yep.
We do park cleanup and advocacy for the drug crisis.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so we're bringing to attention used condoms, used foil, drug tents, children's playground. Absolutely insane. Yeah, so we're just here documenting for our new mayor that we have a crisis in our park, and we want Mayor-elect Katie Wilson to get people the help they need. So we're doing a documentation of that today.
A crisis?
Yeah.
This is a crisis.
What's
The overtaking of the park by fentanyl users and fentanyl dealers. Our children can't use the park anymore. I can't bring my dog through here, but that's just me on my
No,
side.
I agree with you. I agree that it's the fentanyl.
It's a huge
users.
Well, yeah, it's the drugs' fault, 100%.
Right.
Close the borders, prevention all the way.
Right.
And that's where it starts. It doesn't start with people.
Correct.
Just here.
That's correct.
And same with that. That's like somebody's home.
Wasn't there yesterday.
Whether a fentanyl user or not a fentanyl user, that's a regular human who sees it.
Sad. It's absolutely devastating. We've lost 30,000 people in the state of Washington since we adopted Housing First here in Washington. 30,000 loved ones have passed, and billions have been spent. So we need to pivot and do something differently, like intervention, law enforcement, triage, jail, or rehab.
You guys need to build so the people who are in charge of revamp on that process. People we vote for. That's where it starts.
Absolutely. This gentleman's brilliant. He says it's about who you vote for. 100%.
That's what we say all day, every day.
Random baby stroller. This was stolen. Here's a needle. I mean, you just can't make this shit up. You got your baby stroller, you got your needles. This was a bronze plaque that was stolen last year, and a time capsule was taken out of here. And everybody's hair on fire, sounding the alarm, and yet nothing. And this is under Mayor Harrell. I mean, we're just getting started here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'd recommend we take a nice long walk down to the off-leash dog park, and you can just kind of see the
Let's do it.
ongoing activity there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, new mayor. New mayor doesn't like the sweeps.
No.
What do you think?
She ran on a campaign promise that she is against sweeping.
Yep.
Now there's a fine print in there unless it's dangerous. You have to take a look and see under Mayor Durkin. We were like, this is dangerous, and she still said shelter in place until we can build more shelters. Now, Wilson is saying, let's build the shelters and then enforce, triaging people to shelters like what New York did. We didn't invest in enough shelters. There's not enough places for people to go incrementally right now. So there isn't a place for these folks to go except for drug treatment. And that's what Tim and I do all day, every day, 7 days a week, is who's ready to go into treatment, because treatment is housing.
Right.
Treatment is the humane thing to do. And then from there, we pay for their recovery housing in a clean and sober living environment with Battlefield, with Weld, with Oxford, with Hope and Chance, with One Day at a Time. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes statewide with dozens of beds available at any given day for $500 to $1,000 a month. This is where people can live in community rather than right here. There is a pathway out.
This Andrea is insane.
This is horrible. It's horrible. This reminds me of Woodland Park during the pandemic.
Right.
Or or Chop Chaps.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The play field at Chop Jazz. That's what this is.
Yep.
Oh,
to me, this is a cry out loud.
That's insane.
Bottled water bottles filled with urine. How you doing, man? Completely inured. Remember we used that word the last time we were together.
I do.
People are completely inured. They're smiling.
Yeah, they're just like, hey.
Oh, like, good morning. And
look at the nice people.
Grinning ear to ear, and I'm like, how are you not outraged? Hi, Bree. We want her to accept help so bad, but she's like, I'll never leave downtown. She needs a 5150 utilizing the legal mechanism of Ricky's Law.
Right.
Passed in 2018. We have.
Does that ever get utilized? Ricky's Law, which allows for.
Yes. Thurston County, Pierce County, Snohomish County, Chelan County.
Not
county
King County.
And you go to the secured beds and they go, all of the ambulances that come in for our secured facilities on a 5150 are from outside of King County.
Wow.
Or King County's crisis center.
Why is King County so averse
because
to?
we are ideologues.
Right.
To hands
Progressive.
off, badly autonomy.
Yep.
Do not take somebody's civil liberties away
Right.
ever.
Yeah. Yeah. And with the change up with the Seattle City Attorney, the mayor, we've got a couple of other more progressive city council members. What's that going to look like for you and what you do?
I think I might throw my hat in and go on vacation for 4 years.
Where would you go? Portland?
Hawaii, man. I'm getting out of here.
Go to Maui.
Yeah.
Hey, Hawaii's got some homeless population as well.
So some idiot said, oh, this is going to be great for We Heart Seattle, that Mayor Wilson's, in charge. She's not going to sweep. She couldn't answer whether or not tents should be in parks. And I'm like, no, I don't thrive to wake up every day and have to. Now, that said, we were in Queen Anne today and a man parked in a greenbelt accepted our sanctioned camp. And we went and got his ID and he's going to go to Camp United We Stand. There are places for people to go that are a little bit more higher barrier, that don't have open warrants, that aren't needing to be 5 seconds from their dealer. So we're housing and getting people off the streets still daily. We're filling the
And you get like maybe like 2-3 per day.
I'd say maybe
Two? Okay.
a week.
2 a week. Okay.
Kind of triage. And we're not just pointing our finger and that's the end of it. We provide continuation of care. We bring them out to litter pick. We have a basic stipend program. But I mean, honestly, if We Heart Seattle didn't start 5 years ago, I honestly, it would be
Different
insane.
story.
It would be insane.
Yeah.
Like, our volunteers are cleaning up the crap.
Right.
We haven't been here in a while, There's 400 parks in the city. And overnight, there's guys down here with their carts. This is a big drug scene up here.
This is where Irwin's tent was the last time I was down here.
Yeah.
It was right in here, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And now,
He ended up down in the Bramble with the dog park,
Did he?
what we have
And he had his open pit mining somewhere over here.
too.
needle, an uncapped needle.
That's the old spot.
Was
Don't-
it? Oh.
Can't bring your dog down.
Ugh.
Needles, foil, evidence of sex operations of some sort, women's clothing, hygiene products. It's like, poof,
Right.
big hot mess down here.
A lot of foil.
Yeah. And so a park across the street got swept this morning, and so there's a lot of activity down here, which we'll go see as we whack-a-mole people around.
So let's talk about that for a second. In my opinion, Bruce Harrell, outgoing mayor, did a decent job of getting the tents out of downtown, But that just pushed them to like Ballard, Georgetown, Lake City.
Rainier Avenue South.
Yep.
Columbia City, Georgetown, Soto. One guy, just 2 days ago, I was out with the Seattle Times, and over on Snoqualmie and 6th Avenue, right across the street from the Seattle Police Training Facility, was a whole stolen bike shop operation, and the guy told us the whole story will be coming out in the Seattle Times, written by Alex Fryer. Like, what happens when the e-bike gets stolen? Where does it go? How's it hustled? How do you register it under a new name? And morning. And how you doing?
Not too good.
Yeah, did you get your nose busted up, dude?
No, someone jumped me last night while I was sleeping.
What happened? Ouch. Looks like you got bit by a Wolverine, man.
This has already happened. This is a farming accident.
What?
Farming accident.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Well, best of luck to you, sir. But the guy in this massive tent mansion glob you see, right, on the sidewalks,
Okay.
he goes, oh yeah, I have a tiny house. I'm over at Myrtle.
You hear that all the
All the
time.
time.
And that's because they want to be able to do their drugs in the tents.
This is where they hang out. I go, why
Right.
aren't you at the tiny home?
That's
He
where
goes,
their
well, why aren't
community
you home?
is.
I go,
Right.
well, we go out and we do shit. We play, we work. This
Right.
work is hustling and trading stolen bikes all day long. Actually, he said, I really don't get into the bike thieving. He said, I go, well, what drugs are you on? And he goes, all. And I said, how do you get your dope? And he goes, I'm a window popper. He goes, all fucking day long, I pop windows out and I hustle my shit up on 12th and Jackson.
Right. And that is the usual program.
That's it.
Because the drugs aren't free.
It's a couple $100 a day habit for
Right.
a high user is a couple $100.
So he would be using meth, he would be using fentanyl, he would be using
popping Xanax.
Xanax,
You know. But
whatever.
It's very common now that people are on meth.
Yeah.
But you saw that guy come through, busted up nose,
Oh,
blood.
that guy was destroyed.
He needs care, but you know,
Yeah.
Mayor Harrell, I moved 8,000 tents along. Was that headline? We're going. You just moved them
You moved
around,
him. You moved him.
and you moved people
You played
around
whack-a-mole.
that had housing.
Right.
You know, and people call them chill tents. People also don't want to give up their tent because they're not quite sure if they should trust their tiny house. I was up on Aurora, and 2 women, just upon them, and I tried to do outreach, and they're like, we're good, we have housing. This is just where we're hanging out. And it was, again, another encampment on 88th and Nesbitt, next to low-income family, residential, family housing. And one woman who lives at the Lehigh apartment on Yesler called the Fry, she goes, I don't like to stay there because there's too many sex offenders and I can't have my kid over. So she had her apartment. She goes, I go there to shower, you know, and do my thing, but she goes, I live out here on
So
the
her
streets.
permanent supportive housing was not safe.
No.
Yeah.
And we went into DESC housing for Rosa. I have a Twitter X post on. Rosa says, I'll show you my place right now. She goes, it's got no working appliances, mold, roaches.
And that was DESC housing?
And it was only a couple years old. So, you know, they may have services, they may have case managers, but under Housing First, it is not required. It's
Right.
voluntary. We need compulsory services. And that's
Yeah.
what Trump is saying is if you do not require to enroll in services, no money.
You got to make it contingent. That's the deal. Make it contingent upon something.
Why can't the diversion program with Lisa Dugard's program?
Yeah.
Brilliant program. Keep people out of jail.
And you know who's doing that you've mentioned a number of times that I keep talking about on my podcast is San Francisco. Proposition F, is it?
Proposition F says you actually have to pass a drug test before getting on services. So
Right.
you cannot have hard drugs in your system if you're like newly enrolling.
Yeah.
So that was used to deter. I asked Mayor Harrell during his campaign, you know, what about this inflow crisis? Camas, Burien, Tacoma, Everett, everybody around us, outside of King County, are sending people here and enforcing
Right.
no sit, no lie.
You're talking about people coming from Everett with brand new suitcases just rolling into Seattle.
75.
Because we have built it and they are coming.
Yep. And Harold goes, you know, I'm not going to tell people they can't come live in our beautiful city.
Yeah.
We just got to go back.
We welcome all.
We welcome all, and we need to do a better job about people paying into the pot. I asked Germay
Yeah.
the same thing. Same exact thing on inflow, and I didn't know this. He said, well, Harborview is the only like code red emergency hospital that helicopters can go to for severe accidents. There's like a name for it.
Yep.
For 3 statewide. So
Yeah,
we get
it's a
all
regional.
of those people into Harborview,
Yeah.
and then if they're mentally ill or drug addicted, most likely yes, if they're looking like that dude,
Yeah.
they end up in Seattle.
Right.
So that's a problem. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I had never thought of that.
Harborview is the only, I mean, that's where you go.
Harborview's a problem. What's
Yeah.
going on down there, Tim?
People nodded out on the bench.
Let's
Just
go
your
down
typical stuff after a sweep.
Yep.
Lots of little piles of trash, fentanyl fuels.
I don't want to disparage Sharon Lee and Karen Lee and Dan Malone and these CEOs of these permanent supportive housing, but I have to say, they're full of cockroaches and squalid living conditions, and people aren't staying in there, yet you keep building and building and building and building. Lehigh's having their gala at the Four Seasons next Friday. And I'm like, I just kind of want to show
Yeah.
everybody the videos of the
Right.
way that the rooms look inside, and that these people are just being warehoused to eventually die. Now, I say, let's just call it end-of-life care or hospitalization or hospice. Call it what it is. To
Yeah.
say that it's permanent supportive
Yeah.
housing and they're going to find a way to get off of drugs and come back and
On their own.
is
By
such
themselves.
bullshit.
Yeah.
The fox is in the hen house.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's why so many good people that were working at DESC in Plymouth, they're like, I'm out. They quit.
And you're
Because
talking about the failed progressive policy of housing first.
Yeah.
Just absolute failure, along with harm reduction. Absolute failure. And you talked a bunch about the Seattle Times article that basically said it's because we have lack of affordable housing, which is such nonsense.
I've been
It's-
out here
it's
for 5
shocking.
years, 2 million pounds of trash, 50,000 hours of boots on the ground, eyes on the problem, and maybe on one hand, somebody said they're out here because they missed rent.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe.
It's non-existent. It's a
My
non-existent.
guy, I was making $19 an hour 5 years ago, and I got him a 2-bedroom place at the Borealis across from Denny Park, because there's this thing in Seattle called MFTE unit, multifamily tax exempt unit, that builders put into their housing projects, and they can offer much less to market rate to our population of people that need it. My guy, Patrick Bernight, used to live in a tent. Now he's my case manager. He makes around $35 an hour. $35 an hour. He's got a 2-bedroom, Viking appliance, hardwood floor, view of Lake Union, in the city of Seattle, making $35 an hour.
He's
And
able to do it. He can do it.
He's
Yeah.
totally living the life.
Yeah. He can do it.
He is. And he works for us, you know? And,
Right.
But the MFT units, we got to give a shout out to Amazon, you know, who Wilson believes is persona non grata. They helped put 10,000 affordable housing units into the region through their Amazon Home Equity Fund. None of the progressives want to talk about that Amazon basically gave $3.2 billion of money to developers for like 30-year loan at 3%, something totally almost like free money, to go put 10,000 units into the region. Nobody is talking about that blessing. Except, you know, if you went to a Mariners game this year, you would have seen that Amazon ad with the 10,000. People were like, what's that mean? It means Amazon helped fund installing 10,000 more affordable units.
And for their efforts, they get the defund Amazon tax.
I know, right? And on
Yeah.
the other hand, Sean, it's like we killed off 30,000 of our loved ones. We know the story of your own son.
Yeah.
30,000 people have died in 10, 12 years. Yet we're doubled our homeless crisis. So we can't. We should be like in the black with capacity.
It's not working.
We just keep.
Yeah.
Where is everybody coming from?
Yeah.
I say they have housing, they have places to go, they have their tiny house, they have their apartment, they can go to sanctioned camping. They don't stay there. They come out, and visually it doesn't ever look like it gets better, because we're not even enforcing basic, you know, accountability in the. And then Lehigh, also just kicked out 17 people out of the Inner Bay Village a few weeks ago, and everybody ended up back downtown. I'm like, where did you guys all come from? They're like, we all got kicked out.
That was from down here.
So there's a major drug operation over here. Everybody's coming out of the southwest corner with the drugs, so we can kind of go down there and take a look.
Out of this park?
Yep, it's happening kind of right over here. Of course, we are bordering the jungle.
Yep.
I predict that, people will come back to the parks because they know Mayor Wilson won't sweep, I don't think, from parks. So she's made that pretty clear.
You think she'll actually uphold that?
She's got Tiffany McCoy on her transition team. Tiffany McCoy is like the real change.
Progressive.
I mean, that's an understatement. She's like way left of progressivism. I mean, she wants everybody to just sit still. Housing is a human right, and they're part of the collateral damage of their revolution. They don't give a shit that they're out here pooping in the woods, leaving their condoms and needles in their foil in this public place. She doesn't care. Tiffany McCoy doesn't care. They are casualties of their own war. What's going on over here? A bunch of poop bags or something?
Used to be a trash can.
Well, this is an orchard. And and it's just sort of the guy that's the steward down here. You can kind of see people creeping around down here. Everybody's on the move.
On the move, just to and from.
Yep. This is your Dr. José Rizal off-leash dog park. It wasn't used for 15 years. But during the pandemic, this was one of the parks we cleaned. And by and large, it's kind of been kept restored, but we're like drinking from a fire hose right now again, and it's bad.
From what standpoint, Andrea?
That it's untenable again. Like
they're
emboldened.
Yeah.
They're being told by mutual aid and stop the sweeps to squat in our parks.
So the change is already happening.
Yes.
This is a break-in too.
100%. The vandalizing parks equipment. Absolutely, this city is being ran by the drug market. And I talked to a dude named Josh Larson the other day, and I've known Josh for 5 years. He's a highly functioning, he's like, I smoke my weight in fentanyl every day. He's like, I'm the best thief in the world. I probably sell $200 a day to support his own habit, which is $76,000 a year for his drug habit. What does he do? He steals. So let's just say it's 50 cents on the dollar. So he's stealing, $150,000 of stuff from Target, from here. And then I never see him in a tent because he then takes his dope to a trap house. The trap house gets a little bit of the dope. You got the hustler, the dealer, the trap house.
It's a whole ecosystem.
It's a whole ecosystem. And people are just bouncing around. And
it runs congruent with the homeless industrial complex.
They don't care.
Yeah.
I had a backpack stolen. One of my friends had a backpack stolen, and they said it's in it's in Plymouth on Stewart, which is right, Plymouth on Stewart.
Plymouth Housing on Stewart Street.
It's literally called Plymouth on Stewart.
Yep.
And they're like, you should call Andrea. So this guy calls me up, and I was actually sitting at Buckley's, and the dude comes in, and he's like, yeah, my AirTag shows my backpack at Plymouth on Stewart. We're like, let's go. So we walked down there, 5 or 6 of us deep, knocked on the door. And I'm banned from Plymouth, me and Jonathan Show are. My friend died inside. Mike Matzik died inside. He was a schizophrenic and got preyed on. Went downhill, died of a fentanyl overdose a couple years ago. And so me and Jonathan exposed all of that. And
I knew you guys were banned. You guys are banned from a bunch of places.
Yeah, I mean, so we go knocking on the door, and I stood back because I knew I wouldn't be. But we're like, hey, here's the GPS. It's in this building. Where's security? Security comes out and goes, not without a police report. We're like, dude, just go ask somebody and say, hey, no harm, no foul. We just want our stuff back. They wouldn't do it, and instead, they came out and started filming us like we were the perpetrators.
You're the bad guys.
Yeah. And so next day, a guy gets a police report, comes back, still no dice. One of the seniors that were living there came out and he goes, every single person in here is a thief. This whole building is cops and robbers, man, just in the
because they're all active drug addicts and they're allowed to be in permanent housing with zero barrier.
I mean, they are safe injection sites. You say, oh, Seattle doesn't have
Right.
safe injection sites. It's like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
we do. It's called the Homeless Industrial Complex Housing First. Every one of them is filled with drugs.
And with fentanyl, that's a huge liability. Somebody smokes a little fatty in your own place,
Now,
down they go.
I did tour a tiny house village in Ballard the other day. It's kind of ran by Chief Seattle Club, so everybody in there is native. It was beautiful. It was clean. It was well managed. And there are senior facilities and family-run facilities by Catholic Community Services in Lehigh and ones for veterans that are ran better. They're not probably putting the fentanyl addicts in that building, but majority of them are overtaken by what should have been just people with disabilities.
Those by design are a little bit more segregated
Yes.
than the war zones that we're talking
100%.
about.
I mean, there
and
are
this individual over here is just fatty
We
fold.
should probably go do a welfare check.
Okay.
Under the guise of Housing First, we are actually harboring drug addicts who are unfortunately sex workers and thieves to support their habit. But we're just giving them a place to safely use, out of sight, out of mind. But even people with the housing are abandoning it because they can't take care of it. They just cannot take care of it.
Go do your thing. He's looking at us.
Okay, hey,
Yep.
just checking in. Are you all right?
He's been there for about 2 hours.
He's been here 2 hours.
At least. I came through 2 hours ago and he was
And he was
same
here?
spot. Yeah, doing the same thing. I was looking down and knelt down in the tree.
Terrible.
Most fentanyl addicts that I know, they'll get their hit, they'll get their feel, and then they're stuck down like this.
Yeah, the
Next
fatty
couple
fold.
hours, Yep, the
They're
fatty
just
fold.
down.
The backs go bad. They need the wheelchairs, the walkers. And
Oh, you see the people hunched over because they've been in that position.
And guess what? Once they do decide to get clean, the low percentage that does make it, they get their posture back. They start walking again without their walkers.
So it is recoverable.
You can recover from it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's extremely rare. I guess I was reading in the odds. The odds is like 2% odds that anybody can make it once they start using fentanyl.
Wow. Of recovering?
Of recovering, yeah.
So 98%
Of
failure
recovering,
rate.
Yep. Yeah,
Horrific.
A 98% failure rate.
Yeah. Terrible. Terrible.
And that's where we all stand. And that seems about right in the amount of people that we take to treatment.
Those ratios. I was going to ask Andrea.
It's really
of the people you guys send to treatment, how many relapse?
almost every one of them. It's really rare. We've got a few, really top of the line people that were dead serious about it and are doing well. But typically with any addiction, not just fentanyl, and this is coming from an addict's mouth. I am a recovering addict.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't get it the first time.
Right.
Sometimes it takes you 6, 7, 8 years to
The
finally.
the people that do make it, how many times do they typically go through that cycle? How many times did it take you?
For me,
Yeah.
it took at least 10 times.
Yeah.
And I used something complete. I was using a meth.
Yep.
And these guys are using fentanyl. And, fentanyl is fairly new to the game, and it's evolving to car fentanyl.
Yeah.
You've got train.
The car fentanyl is even, let's talk about that for a second. That is even more potent than
It is.
regular fentanyl, which is exponentially more potent than heroin.
And cheaper.
And way cheaper.
And
How
cheaper.
much is a hit of Fetty out here now?
Well, I can't tell you as of right now because of everything that's been happening, but a month ago it was like $3 or $4, $5, whatever change you had in your pocket for a hit.
Okay. So not much.
Not much.
So
not
you
much.
steal something of substance and you're going to be able to afford your
habit
your
for
habit
a
for a
week,
while.
2 weeks, depending on how much you use.
Yeah. God, this guy.
Yeah, this goes around and moves to the main road.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I got 7 cars.
This dude's been homeless for 5 years, smoking fentanyl. I asked him how many times he's overdosed. He said 12. So luckily he's had somebody there to wake him up with Narcan. But, those near-death experiences just don't rattle people. And they just go right back out like it's a trapdoor. One trapdoor after trapdoor after trapdoor. Jenny Burton talks about the trapdoor. She's famous. She was in Seattle, was dying, and was in her cycle for 30 years.
Wow.
And at 40 years old, she finally got arrested for the last time, and she just was like, I can't do this anymore, and got help and found God, and now she's, I don't know, 12 or 13 years sober. She's a University of Washington grad,
Turnaround.
a scholar.
Tim and I were just talking about the low percentage of turnarounds, especially now with fentanyl.
Because we have taken away rock bottom in this city.
Right.
They just go right back out, and it's just too damn easy.
In all reality, like I was just mentioning, the evolution of fentanyl and cartridge and the other things, you don't exactly know how to, I think, properly treat it. I think it's just hit us so fast and so hard.
Right.
And it's coming, and there's a lot of people are trying different things, but the addicts and the politicians and the way we're voting, I guess.
Are making it worse by enabling
way
it.
worse by enabling them.
Yeah.
If we gave them less, we would probably find maybe 40% of the users that we have now would probably not even be using if we went passing this stuff out.
Right.
And that's just an opinion.
It's just culture. I mean, this guy's down here going to light up right now.
Nobody has regard that this is a part. Nobody gives a crap.
Yeah.
Especially our politicians.
Here's what I know.
You're good, man. Just walking through. Yeah, so dealers right up there.
Okay.
That's why everybody's coming. It's
Right up where, Andrea? In a unit up there?
yeah.
Or in the woods? Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
cockroaches. Just. But everybody's coming out of here with their foil. But yeah, so he just did a little heckle call. You can see it if we go.
Well, that was a call.
Yeah. My friend, Dr. Raul Garcia, who ran for governor,
Yeah.
he gave me a call the other day, and I asked him how the ER room is, and he says he's down on overdoses by about 30%, and he said it happened like the minute Trump started closing the border.
Is that right?
So, and I'd say, like, we're kind of like, where's everybody at? Because the overdoses aren't happening outside anymore. They're happening indoors. I mean, I think it's sort of leveled off. I'd have to look at the numbers. We're going to go up this way. Holy shit.
There are people crawling around everywhere here.
This is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this before in 5 years.
The last time I was here,
Ever.
Andrea, there was a few people, but you've got down there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're all doing something, right? I mean, I'm not too keen on even shooting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where you and I came across a young lady who my viewership was very concerned about because she was in a tent and we had dudes going back and forth. It was just this awkward, weird, is she okay? Is she being trafficked kind of scenario? And that's just common down here.
Yeah.
We're going to try to repopulate the jungle, it looks like. This is the old informal jungle through here.
Okay, and the jungle being that massive homeless encampment
It ran.
that you would see on I-5. This is Interstate 5, the main thoroughfare through Seattle.
Correct, and they came and they actually fenced off that other end, and they barricaded this. This is where they found that Shannon Reeder's body in a suitcase, and this has been taken care of since. And they've taken down the fence and they're just taking it back. You know.
Right,
Dealers are
and
just
under the new
running
mayor,
stuff.
it'll probably just be
All right,
completely
yeah.
overrun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, well, you know, that's a little different. That's state. That's going to be up to the governor.
Okay,
That's
all right.
That's state.
But they typically go for the state because the state takes so long.
yes,
to do their
correct,
thing.
Correct.
I do know for a fact that Seattle Police Department has come down here and bought drugs off of people undercover. They make the arrest and they're right back out. But if we can, we can't be out here being informants. I mean, we're
Right.
pretty high risk right now, I'd
Yeah.
say. But you also,
I'd say so,
you
Andrea.
kind of have to have some courage too. Like, these guys aren't just gonna fucking pull out. You got a gun
No.
on you, by the way?
How about you?
No, I definitely shoot myself. I can't even have a taser. I had a taser one time, and I I dropped it and then I tried to catch it and I like hit my groin. It was like really terrible.
I always worry about you because you're out here all the time. Your exposure is high.
I had a guy go to Lakeside Milam. How you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
And he was Somalian, really nice guy. His name's KG, and super charismatic. 12 brothers and sisters, the whole deal. And he went through Lakeside Milam and gained 30 pounds. He got reunited with his mom after 10 years having not seen her. And he came out. I put him into recovery housing, and then he left that. I put him in with his sister. The next day, he was on 12th and Jackson hustling again. And I choked him. I'm like,
just right back to it.
Damn you!
And 12th and Jackson is only a handful of blocks up from here.
And he was just like...
Do they know you on 12th and Jackson?
Not
Do you
really.
go there?
I don't really get in that
Because that is too dangerous.
I mean, people float around, you know, they pop from, I mean, actually since the CID has been cleaned up with their 15-point plan, this is exploded.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's insane.
I'm just like, I need to do something else with my life.
This is insane, Andrea. This is literally...
I'm telling, like, I mean, how many times, like, Como, Cairo, King's not covering this. Jonathan's like, we feel like broken records.
How many crises can you cover all at once?
I know. Well, Alex Fryer from the Seattle Times, he referred to it as a type of crusade journalism or something like that, where you just can't say it enough.
Right.
Because you never know who hasn't heard it yet.
Right.
And so he's like, don't stop covering the crisis.
Right.
Even though it feels like ad nauseum, you know.
It's right there, too. That's a good pit.
What's down there?
All this garbage.
It wasn't there a month ago. That's been just thrown down there.
I'm going to go shoot it. That almost looks like a tent site, Tim.
Yeah.
Just.
The other one looks even more so.
And this was the jungle, right?
This was part of it,
Yeah.
Yeah, this all ran. But this was all clean perfectly.
How long ago was this all perfectly clean?
There was nothing here about a month ago when I came and scouted it.
Wow.
This is disgusting, Tim.
It's disgusting, and there's probably thousands of spots like this throughout the city.
Absolutely mind-blowing. What was going on down there?
Well, Union Gospel Mission. You want a Gatorade?
Sure.
Union Gospel
Thank
Mission.
you.
I hate being at odds with other providers, but
Yeah.
it's just so enabling.
And what are they doing down
They're
there?
handing out food, hot chocolate,
Right.
blankets,
To the drug-addicted
Gloves.
population.
and
Right.
you know, they're not handing out tents, they're not handing out treatment. And I mean,
Right.
I guess if somebody said, "I'll take a ride to rehab," you know, someone in a billion chance that could happen.
Odds of that are none to slim.
No, I don't really think that people are going to outright go up to any of the service providers and say, hey, I want to go to treatment. We got to be asking.
Yeah.
We call ourselves assertive case managers on the ground. We'll take you in our car to the place, make sure you have new pajamas, new bedding, a new pillow. We'll take the boots off our feet when you're inside that rehab facility. And when you get out, you're in our system for life. You know, you got our phone number forever. We do offer continuation of care. We're not just pointing and saying go here or go there. We've got people that, you know, I mean, my other case manager, case in point, was living in a tent in Miller Park 5 years ago.
Right.
And he's now housing people right now, literally, that
Right.
were living in Queen Anne. And so there's all these fire pits everywhere. But
Where are we headed to now, Andrea?
I did get a video of Union Gospel Mission
Oh.
because driving away, they drove off before I could go hassle them. But right now, we're gonna go and look at the drug dealer's operation.
Okay.
Big tent. We will safely look at it from
A
up top.
distance. Okay.
We were told point blank that yes, that is where the dealer is. That young kid didn't really seem to, he was kind of telling all.
Right.
And despite what you might hear in the movies and, you know, the danger zone of being out here, that the only thing drug addicts have on their back is what you see, because everything else is worth something street value.
And they would have pawned it.
They're getting rid of that.
Yep.
Treatment.
Yeah.
I've heard numbers from $10 to $300 depending on the job. Depending if they look like they got money, they're going to charge more.
Yeah, they're going to take them.
It's like art.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, how much can you afford for my masterpiece?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like
It's
you
all-
can only afford $10.
It's all relative.
Yeah.
Is this the guard dog?
Yeah, he's a mascot.
What do you say, buddy? What do you say?
He's my emotional support animal.
Yeah. Well, you guys need a lot of emotional support being out here. I mean, this is pure insanity.
This is where the excavator came down.
Yeah.
This is racism. For this community to be over on siege like this, without our, you know, foil. I mean, this is a Asian American neighborhood,
Yep.
and lower income tourists don't come here.
Yep.
And it's like they are writing letters. There are people that are trying to rattle the cage, but
One of my podcasts was the
Exhausting.
owner of Lamb Seafood.
oh yeah.
Is suing the city for $30 million. You know, good luck with that.
Yeah, it was the Asian center
Yeah.
person. Yeah, he had it in escrow. The buyer was lined up, and the buyer pulled out,
Backed out.
have a 30
Shocker.
and said untenable
Yeah.
drugs and crime.
Yep.
We found a sex doll down here that was like a $3,000 sex doll back in 2021.
A sex doll.
It was
Full size.
literally 165-pound, blonde,
sex-
green-eyed, big ol'
A
ass.
sex doll.
And we were down here just cracking up, but it was on a mattress,
That's insane.
and it was like somebody's playground, you know.
They brought it here.
Oh, I'm sure they stole it. The other
Oh,
sex doll that
yeah.
we found was on Christmas Day, or about Christmas Eve a few years ago. It was down on 99. And somebody had stole it off the porch of somebody that lived up in Queen Anne. It was like Santa Claus came to town with this present. And I
Merry
was driving down.
Christmas.
Yeah, and I was driving down 99. I stopped my truck. I turned around, and she was all out of the box, and she bruised. Like total weirdo.
That is, yeah.
Watch your footing.
Yep.
Oh, here's your condom. It's just a big, nasty sex ring down here. I mean, look, it's not like, you know, people don't have sex in the bushes, but
Right,
this
but-
is a children's playground.
And that one, Andrea, was a Magnum. For big boys.
Go there, check. Watch out for booby traps.
I'll have you go first.
No pun intended.
Booty traps?
Like just totally sad is like this is where somebody, you know, had shagged it up. But
I'm going to tell you that the really deep thing, I've tried this before and I didn't see them from up above.
To look down?
Yeah, I didn't see them. They're tucked in there. They're even farther below the bushes of the ledge right there. They're smaller than that.
riddle me this one. The tent's not here anymore, but he obviously said the dealer was up here, so that's where we walked. That's where it was.
Yeah.
Usually there's a, you know, it comes and goes. It does get swept. I think the law enforcement do know this.
Dealers and stuff, they're circles around
down this ledge like
But-
so we can't see it.
that. I've tried seeing them from up here. I haven't.
They are deep in the woods. You see gas cans down there.
Yep. We are going to the Lighthouse for the Blind, and apparently it is it's just something I have to see, and you guys need to see. So that's what we're doing.
So that camp you just saw up there used
Yep.
to be here, and you've got this, deaf blind crossing. This is their
Insane.
neighborhood, their block. There's a garden, there's community, and that camp,
And the other one was the blind center
yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
School of the Blind, and this is their
Yeah.
offices. It's all this. This is their neighborhood.
This is their neighborhood.
This is the neighborhood for
And
the
you've
blind.
got a very dangerous homeless encampment
Yep.
with drug dealers and prostitutes
Open air.
and vans running drugs,
Yep. Stolen bikes.
stolen bikes, and the city just allows it.
Yep, and this one just really breaks all of our heart. I mean, we've seen people with their sticks coming down here and RVs. They get moved around. This is what is called pit number 1. These vacant lots are overtaken by drug-related activity. Let's see what we have here. It gets off and on swept. Yeah, so right now it's pretty empty. But this is a classic problem here in all of King County. Any mayor will tell you their number one problem are these vacant lots that get abandoned. There's a buyer, maybe overseas, we never know, but they turn into drug scenes. And,
Right. So there was an encampment in
Yeah.
here.
This is what we're doing. It's whack-a-mole. So it
Yeah.
goes from here to there,
Yeah.
back to here.
Yep. Hey, run me
There's
through
your
the.
guy right there. See?
Yeah.
So imagine that scene.
Oh.
And
yeah.
then
Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like when there's the RVs and the tents here, again, thankfully it's not here now.
Right.
It's like, it really impedes their safety.
Right.
And
Hey, run me through the cities people are coming from that you know of. You said Camas. I've heard you say that.
Camas,
Everett.
Burien, Tacoma, Everett, Thurston County, Snohomish County, Pierce County.
Entire counties.
Yeah, because they are enforcing camping bans, no sit, no lie. Pierce, Snohomish, Chelan, all these other neighboring.
Chelan County.
Yeah, people come from Yakima. I don't know what county that is, but
Yakima County.
is it Yakima
Yeah.
County? But by and large, recently people have been coming from Everett. It's been in the headlines.
Yeah.
Their city council has enforced their no sit, no lie
Yeah.
ordinance.
Along with Burien.
Burien has a no camping ban.
Yeah.
Tacoma, as far as Camas, I'm sure those are pushing people into Portland. And, we need legislation that says you cannot camp and have an open air drug scene within 1,000 yards
Yeah.
of anywhere. Okay,
Right.
but at least protect parks, schools, nurseries, hospitals, the school for the deaf and blind. I mean,
Deaf Blind Crossing.
major hot spot here. They've had to use those eco blocks all over this
Yeah.
neighborhood. And they're ugly, but that's what you have to do to stop the return
Yeah.
of camps and RVs in these
Hostile
vulnerable-
architecture.
vulnerable neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And so they get moved around, and that's what you saw is they end up there, but they are service resistant, they're codependent, whether it's sex trade or stolen bikes or smash and grabs or porch pirating. All of those things are fueling the drug market, and everybody has a role, including camp mom, camp mayor, who's holding down the fort. What I saw today at Dr. José Rizal Park, I have never seen such rampant, open use of drugs in one spot.
That was wild.
So wild. And
I did not feel safe.
yeah, I'm going to call Jonathan and warn him, because I could see him going down there and at night or something in his flip-flops. It's
In the day, Andrea, I mean, on that backside where we were down a little bit lower, that was insane, the amount of traffic, and everybody was drug related.
Yep, everybody had foil in their hand,
Yeah.
handing out foil.
People doing whistles, people doing hand signs. I mean, that is off the hook.
But considering how rampant it was, we weren't ran out of there. People weren't
No.
telling us to F off. We weren't.
No.
People were like, hey, there's people coming through with cameras. One guy said,
Yeah.
are you guys doing a documentary? I said, more or less.
Yeah.
You know, we are doing
Well,
welfare
that we
checks.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, you're in a park. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
unapologetic. And honestly, these next 5 years or 4 years, I'm going to, you know, people are going to lose their minds if their parks become occupied again.
Like they were
We
before.
are going to snap.
Yeah.
I mean, it is going to be,
Yeah.
you know, you're going to see people moving out, but they are ticking time bombs.
Yeah.
It's inequitable for
Yeah.
people with vulnerabilities and disabilities.
brutal.
And it's
Yeah.
just a no rules playground, Sean. There's
Yeah.
drugs are ruling our city. I mean, billions of dollars are moving through our communities. You know, you think about
Yeah.
one guy's $76,000 a year times a couple thousand people, times that by 10 years,
Yeah.
you are in the billions of
And no
dollars.
wonder the Fred Meyer in Lake City closes down.
I mean, it's a little bit of everything, but your retail theft. I've got a guy in recovery right now. He told me he would easily steal $300,000 a year from Fred Meyer in Kent. Easily,
Fred Meyer in Kent.
easily. Yeah.
Wow, they closed that one down too,
Did they?
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's he's like easily.
Wow.
And he's a clean cut white boy, and the clean cut white boys get away with a lot more. And
Because people assume they're not stealing.
they're, you know, it's racism, frankly.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
they're like the clean white boy that goes
Yeah.
in there, you know, wearing nice ass clothes.
Yeah.
You're gonna just get away with.
That's nuts.
It's but yeah, he was like,
Well, that Dr. Jose Rizal was wild, Andrea.
I mean, where's the police?
Not there.
And that what they're doing is
there.
CID's getting in Little Saigon is like, get them off of 12th and Jackson, get them
Okay.
out of our neighborhood, get them out of our
that
park.
and that is literally a couple of blocks to the south of
And
that
they're
area.
pressure washing. In fact, on
Yeah.
your way out,
Yeah.
where are we? 12th and Jackson. Just take Rainier up,
Yeah.
and on your way out, and you'll
Yeah.
see it. You'll have 100 people on the block to nobody, and they'll just go across the bridge down under where we saw them.
Yeah.
And
So that's what's happened. They've been pushed out of the International District on 12th and Jackson to there.
yeah, and it ebbs and flows based on the police emphasis on any.
That
given
is
hour
so
of the day.
nuts. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for today's tour, Andrea. We'll catch up with you in the next one and continue doing the Lord's work.
I'm trying. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.